You are listening to Mostaccioli Murder, Book 1 of the Jade Sommer series. Written by Nicolette Pierce. Copyright 2020. Audio copyright 2025 by Pierced Heart Publishing. Digitally narrated with full cast of voices. Chapter 7. Glancing out of the kitchen window the next morning, I watched a stream of people hurrying up and down the sidewalk as they raced to wherever they needed to be. Some in business attire, some carting children, and some running to catch transportation. It was odd listening to the bustle again. After being gone for so long, the sounds were no longer background noise, but an orchestra sounding a lot like toddlers banging pots against whatever was near. The merchants began setting out their wares. Decorative umbrellas were propped open, making the sidewalk look like a rainbow. A bang caught my attention as Mr. Lee's front door was slammed open, and a man emerged onto the sidewalk. The man turned back to the building as Mr. Lee's voice cut through the street.
"You go.
Mr. Lee shouted.
You don't come back until you good son."
Son? I focused on the stranger until I realized he wasn't a stranger at all. It was Landon Lee. Well, Lan had definitely grown up since the last time I'd seen him. He had only been 13 when I graduated. He flipped the hood of his sweatshirt over his head, only allowing a slash of dark hair to emerge. He said something I couldn't hear. Whatever he said, Mr. Lee blanched. Lily hurried out and called to Landon, but Landon was already moving quickly down the street. He didn't look back even though he had to have heard her. I wondered what the fight was about, but I knew it was none of my business and I wasn't about to pry. Still, Lily and her father stood on the sidewalk looking crestfallen. Maybe I could bring them some cannoli. It wouldn't fix the problem, but when was cannoli ever a bad thing? With that in mind, I hurried to shower and change. I then headed downstairs to see what Mom was baking, and, not to my surprise, an entire batch of cannoli sat ready. The whole kitchen smelled like sugar, chocolate, and everything yummy. "Do you mind if I take a couple of goodies to the Lees?" I asked her as she slipped a pan into the oven.
"Help yourself,"
she said.
"Is there a special occasion, or did you eat all their dumplings?"
Very funny. No, I just saw Lan leaving the Lees. There was some kind of feud. Thought some goodies for breakfast might cheer them up.
"Poor Mr. Lee. He and Lan haven't seen eye to eye in a long time."
Really? Why?
"I'm not sure. At first I thought Lan was in a rebellious stage, but he's old enough now to know better. He's been hanging out with a bad crowd."
Like who?
"Uncle Sal said Lan's been seen with the Blood Dragons."
When I left for college, the Blood Dragons were a gang just beginning to infiltrate Chinatown. If Landon was hanging around them, then his life expectancy had taken a plunge. I brought out a small to-go container and filled it with 4 cannoli. "I'll go see Dad after I deliver these," I said.
"Good. Let him know I'll be there after lunch, and tell the Lees hello."
"Will do." I took the box and headed out to the Lees. I knew the restaurant was closed since it was still too early, so I knocked on the door, hoping someone might be prepping in the kitchen and hear me.
"We open in 3 hours."
Mr. Lee called. "It's Jade. I have treats." A moment later, Lily opened the door and smiled.
"You said the right password."
I handed her the container.
"Thank you."
She said, stepping back from the door to let me inside. The apron she wore was dusted with flour.
"Come in. We have tea if you want."
"I don't want to disturb you," I said. "Just thought you could use a cheer up." She looked quizzical for a moment before her expression cleared.
"Oh, did you see the little scene with Landon?"
"Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to. I just happened to be looking out my window."
"Landon stubborn boy.
Mr. Lee called from the kitchen.
Think he's smart. Think he know better."
Lily rolled her eyes.
Land's still mad about the missing vase. I keep telling him that if he's so upset, he should call the police, but then he just gets angrier. Did he ever text you the picture of it?
I shook my head. No, but feel free. I can keep an eye out for it.
I'll find a pic after Dad and I get prep done.
Then I'll leave you to work. I have to head over to the hospital and visit Dad.
How's he doing?
Good. Recovering seems painful, but Uncle Frank and Uncle Sal keep him occupied.
How is Ross handling the restaurant by himself?
Ross is doing better than he'll give himself credit for, though I think he's stressed out. Lily's eyes twinkled right before she hurried into the kitchen, asking me to wait a second. Mr. Lee squawked about something, but she shushed him and then returned with a small packet.
It's a calming tea,
She said as she handed it to me.
Tell him to drink it before bed.
I didn't want to tell Lily that Ross wasn't a tea drinker, so I took it. If Ross didn't want it, I would happily accept it. After a night of tossing and turning on the couch, I'd accept nearly anything that would calm me. The saggy sofa was only part of my sleep issues. Too much brain energy was spent on the two men who had betrayed me. And why should I waste precious brain activity on them? It was maddening. But instead of spewing all my issues at Lily, I thanked her and left to go to the hospital. I found Dad walking the hall with the assistance of a walker and medical staff on each side. The exertion reflected on his face told me that he might as well have ran a marathon instead of walking a 50-foot distance. I paused as I watched him shuffle in his slippered feet. His hair laid flat at his temples instead of combed back like he preferred. His back rounded as he used all of his effort to keep going. In that moment, he looked old. Dangerously old. While he might only be in his mid-50s, his body was telling a different story. How much longer could he push himself? "Hey, Dad," I said as I approached with a feigned smile plastered on my face. He glanced up. His face was pale and damp from the effort.
Bring any cannoli?
At least he still had his humor. "No, I gave your cannoli to the Lees."
Traitor.
He stopped and took a shallow breath.
Getting old sucks.
"That's what I hear. You feeling any better?"
I'm getting there, Imp. Why don't you go say hello to your uncles? I'll be back soon.
I gave him a nod and made my way to his room, where Uncle Frank and Uncle Sal were already sitting at the makeshift table with a deck of cards. "You two are predictable," I said. They glanced over and smiled. Uncle Sal had a gold tooth that tended to twinkle when he grinned.
I thought you might have skipped town already.
Uncle Frank said. "Not yet." I sat down on the edge of the bed to wait.
You want in?
Uncle Sal asked, pointing to the cards.
We'll go easy on you. I know you haven't played since you were knee-high.
"I was a bit taller than that," I said.
Not by much.
Uncle Frank said.
You look a bit tired.
Uncle Sal said. "Yeah, I might have to invest in an air mattress. The couch isn't working for me."
I'd offer for you to stay with me and Dot, but I wouldn't wish that pain on anyone.
"Uncle Frank," I tisked. "I know you're joking, but if you're truly unhappy, why stay?" He leaned over to me as if to tell me a secret.
Because I enjoy tormenting her. Keeps her on her toes and it amuses me.
"No wonder Kobe turned out so odd," I said. Uncle Frank winked.
He's a good kid, just wrapped up in his own stuff. But that's what being young is all about.
Uncle Sal nodded.
Everyone has to find their path. You did, and it worked out well.
And my path has been to drive your Aunt batty. I find I'm very skilled at it.
"I'm sure she'd agree," I said.
What are you hens clucking about?
Dad asked as he huffed back into the room. I stood from the bed and cleared out of the way as the medical staff assisted Dad back to bed.
I thought I was in shape, but one heart attack and now I can barely walk 2 feet.
It'll get better.
One of the staff members said.
One day at a time.
Maybe I needed to listen to the staff as well, at least where my train wreck life was concerned. It was midway into my shift when I got a text from Lily with a picture of the vase. Since I was at the restaurant at the time, I showed it to Aunt Dot and the rest of the staff to see if they had seen it. No one had. The vase was Chinese in design, with golden dragons on a red background. Swirls of gold filled out the vase in an intricate pattern. It was very pretty, but I didn't see why anyone would want to steal it. I had seen similar vases at the import store for a reasonable price.
You'll have an order up in about 10 minutes,
Aunt Dot said. Okay, I'll take a quick break now then. I headed out to the alley to get some air. Staying away from the garbage area, I sat on a rickety stool that had been there since I could remember. Next to it sat a smelly bucket filled with cigarette butts. I ignored the smell and scrolled through my email. Nothing from the companies I had sent my resume to, which meant they might not be interested. I'd have to continue my search again after my shift.
Hey, cuz.
Kobe said, as he parked his bike next to the garbage gate. He wrapped the chain lock around the fence and secured it. His hair was more windblown than normal. Hey, I said. Are you coming to work? He nodded.
I'm splitting an extra shift with the dishwasher to help out.
That's nice of you. He shrugged.
I need the money anyway. I want to invest in some equipment.
Really? Like what?
Mostly tech stuff. Definitely need a new camera and tripod. My last one had a bad ending and I'm back to using my phone. I also want to make a soundproof audio room for voiceovers. And get a new editing program.
Sounds ambitious. A part of me wanted to know what projects he was working on, but the sensible side of me knew that if I asked, I'd be dragged into it. And while I supported Kobe, my dreams were on a different track than his.
I better get inside before Mom wonders where I am.
See you later. He was one step through the doorway when he looked back at me.
Oh, be warned. There's talk about visiting Nana this weekend.
Thank you for the warning. Nana was the last of our grandparents. She lived 20 minutes west of the city in an active senior community. Feisty and snarky, she got into trouble faster than a 2-year-old searching for a cookie jar. I also hadn't seen her for a few years, so I owed her a visit anyway. I walked back inside, wondering if my order was up. Before I could check, the restaurant phone rang. Since everyone was busy, I answered it. Piatto perfetto.
Is there a pineapple and anchovy pizza there?
A woman asked. I was supposed to deliver a pineapple and anchovy pizza last night, I said, but it was declined.
Whoever ordered it is calling me and demanding it.
Who is this?
Jalen.
Oh, Jalen. How are you?
I'd be better if I didn't have an irate guy calling me and threatening me about a damn pizza.
I'm sorry. I'll have them make another one, and I'll deliver it as soon as it's done. While I didn't expect a thank you, although one would be nice, she hung up without even a goodbye. Jalen definitely didn't seem like a good-natured person, but she was grieving, pregnant, and had too many mouths to feed. I probably wouldn't be too pleasant either. I need a large pineapple and anchovy pizza, I shouted over the kitchen noise. Aunt Dot looked up from a bowl of lettuce.
Again? He normally orders only once a week.
When I showed up last night, he refused it. Now he's calling Jalen and asking her where the pizza is.
Why would he call Jalen?
I shook my head. I don't know. I'll try to deliver again. Maybe he's just used to having Wayne deliver it. He's been your delivery guy for a couple of years. Some people don't like change.
Sounds fishy. Bring the pepper spray with you.
We have pepper spray?
Ross has some in his desk.
Why? She gave a shrug.
It's better to have it and not need it than to not have it and need it. And none of us feel safe with a gun. So, pepper spray. Plus, I confiscated it from Nana. She does not need pepper spray in a senior community.
I turned and headed to the office, finding Ross staring at his laptop. His dark blonde hair was sticking up as if he had run his hands through it one too many times. Aunt Dot told me to get the pepper spray. For a moment, it looked as though he didn't hear me, but then he tore his eyes away from the screen to glance at me.
Is there a problem?
Not yet. I have to deliver another pineapple and anchovy pizza to that guy who refused it last night. He called Jalen and complained to her. Ross frowned.
How did he get her number?
I shook my head. I don't know, but they are both upset. I'll just deliver it again. He opened a desk drawer, the metal scraping in protest. I cringed at the sound. You need a new desk.
I need a lot of things, but a desk is not one of them.
He handed me the pepper spray and then resumed staring at the screen. I wondered what he meant by that statement. What kind of things did he need? Or was he just being flippant? Since it didn't seem like he wanted to talk, I backed out of the office and returned to the kitchen just as an order was being boxed.
Head out with this one. It's close by. We'll have the pineapple anchovy pizza ready by the time you return.
I grabbed the box and headed out to the scooter to find a man approaching. Seeing someone in the alley startled me for a moment before I realized it was Landon. For it being a warm summer evening, I didn't think he needed a hoodie with the hood up. It made him look menacing. Lan, you scared me, I said.
Hey, Jade. Lily said she sent you a pic of the vase.
She did. I asked around the restaurant, but no one has seen it. His jaw muscle twitched.
Give me Wayne's wife's phone number. I'll ask her.
I don't know her number, I said. Not that I would have given it to him had I known it. While he didn't scare me, I also knew he had changed. And, sadly, I suspected it was for the worse. What's this really about? I asked as I placed the pizza in the metal box on the scooter.
Wayne stole a valuable vase, and I want it back.
Your father and Lily don't seem to care too much about it. Did you hide something in there? Weed, perhaps? His dark eyes narrowed on me.
Don't make me your enemy.
I'm not doing anything except for my job, I said, sitting on the scooter and starting it. I'll keep my eye out for the vase. I zoomed away before I had to talk with him any longer. Landon must have been hiding something in that vase. Why else would he go to so much trouble to find it? And if it was drugs, Landon could easily find some down by the river. The neighborhood drug dealer, Sparrow, always had a supply to sell. Landon's rage was evident. I had felt it pouring from him, which made me worry for him and his family. Just what was he up to?